All right, guys, I just want to say thank you for sticking around to the very end. Please give yourselves a round of applause. This has been like 2 hours straight of stand-up comedy. My name's Alex. I'm the guy who organized this whole thing, and I just want to say this is the best time in like the history of history to be alive. And don't let anybody tell you differently, because today I can look at my magic box and look into the past and see just how shitty it was. All right? And when you think about how amazing we humans are, it's kind of crazy because we're really terrible at everything. Like, we're not fast. We're not strong. We can't hold our breaths. We don't fight very well. We're only really good at 2 or 3 things. One of them's bleeding, the other one's dying, and the other one is having a fairly okay memory. Now, the memory part is, I think, what's so important to how we got here. Not the dying or bleeding, obviously. That really doesn't help in the grand scheme of things. The memory part is so important because, basically, to put it this way, almost every critical human achievement throughout just the history of humanity is the first guy getting the awesome idea for fire or food or growing something or building an engine, just something amazing, and dying horribly in a terrible accident while attempting to do it. But his buddies were watching. Bill was watching Jim get blown up by fire, and Jim was like, that was really cool, but Bill's dead. So let's try it again, but not how he did it. And that literally explains human history. We're just a long string of failures that aren't as bad as the last failure. Now, the best way I can put that is think about food. Not like the steak you're gonna eat, but the food and how we got to food. 70% of all vegetation is in some form poisonous to the human body. That means 70% of all vegetation is either inedible or congratulations on your slow, agonizing death. That means proto-humans had about the same chance of Shaq making a free throw to not die every time they put something in their mouth. Yeah, that's really depressing. Think how we got there. That means the caveman Unga was sitting around with all his buddies next to his newest iFire, okay? And he saw this mysterious bush and he walked over to it and he picked it. He's like, I wonder if I can eat this. And he ate it and he died. But his buddies watched and his buddies were like, fuck that berry bush. And then they went over to this berry bush, and they picked the berry, and they ate it, and then they probably died. And we repeat that process ad infinitum until either they're all dead or we have the Greek Empire. There was really no in between. And like, imagine being around when like machines existed. That would be crazy. Like, not like existed as in the today, when they were new. When somebody came in with the Model T and was like, check this baby out. That would blow my mind. And what would blow my mind even more is seeing the first car accident. That would be terrifying. I do say, how did Mr. Rockefeller end up so high in that tree? I don't know. Like, I don't know how he got there. Like, it's really confusing. Like, imagine trying to teach like safety protocols. Like, seatbelts were really hard to get in cars. We didn't like mandate it until like the early 60s, okay? And like the general human stubbornness of logic was, hey, I've seen what happens when a car gets in a crash. It looks terrible. And people couldn't be convinced, like, hey, have you seen what happens to the stuff that leaves the car when it gets into a crash? It also looks really, really terrible. The main cause of actually automobile deaths before we figured this one out, and this took another 25 years to figure out, was rocks getting kicked up by tires and hitting the dude behind you, just killing him instantly, okay? Now, that's really dark and that's kind of disgusting. But here's the thing, it took a long time to figure out because it wasn't like the guy who got hit by the rock is gonna tell you what happened to him. He's gone. Like, humanity is just a long string of figuring things out. And that's why I hate it when I hear people like, I'm so wish I was born in a different time period. I wish time travel existed because time travel's where it's at. I want to see the Renaissance. I want to see things get built, the pyramids get constructed, anything major in history. The fun fact about that is you forget that we are products of our own culture. That means we are post-civil rights, post-slavery, post-flu shot, post-toilet paper, okay? Those are a lot of important things. I don't know a single white guy who could live without toilet paper, all right? So good luck traveling before 1890 when that was invented. Tell me what historical event you could want to see so badly that you literally have to forego everything. And God forbid, the way you talk, you're instantly going to be beheaded because you're a witch. You're just a flat-out witch. Hey, have you seen what I can do with my finger? Oh, kill him. He's a witch. He's done. Kill him. Nope, nope. That's some pagan shit. No, we don't let that happen. Like, no, history is terrible, and people need to understand that this is the best time to be alive. Actually, it's the second best time to be alive, because people who grew up in the late 80s, early 90s like me, like who were born then, we have it really, really good. Our parents have it so much better, okay? First, our parents got to live through the 80s, which seems like a really cool fucking time. Second, Facebook, Google, and Wikipedia, oh, and search history didn't exist back when they were young and stupid. Do you know how hard it is to get a job when any employer in the world can simply type in Alex Worth? So it says your username here is the Pussy Slayer 702. 420 Blaze It. I'm like, yeah, that's when I was 12. That's really tough to explain away. Like, I was 12, I was stupid. We all were stupid. Missy was stupid. I see it, yes. Alex was very stupid. Me, I'm Alex. Love you, Alex. No, no, like, social media is one of the coolest things that we have today, but it also is one of the most detrimental to our future of making money. And if you don't believe that, just look at any post you made before you turned 18 years old. Oh my God, I am so disappointed by Justin Bieber's latest album. Oh my God, Justin Bieber is so hot. Oh my God, this Taylor Swift, I don't know, just that's my opinion of Taylor Swift. That's from 2008, right after the Kanye came on. I sided with Kanye, guys, I'm sorry. That's a strong take, and I took it. But no, I actually still have Facebook, mostly for these shows to invite you people and to watch people I went to high school with get pregnant and fat. And I know that sounds horrible, and it is, and I'm a horrible person, and I've never denied that claim. But in the time it's taken me to get a piece of paper that says, I'm pretty okay at Googling things, a girl I went to high school with will be having her third kid. She's 22. Like, just, that's really, really good use of time. Like, I haven't even had 3 girlfriends in college. Like, she's created 3 things. Like, all I've created is a really shitty thesis that I can't wait for my professor to destroy. Like, oh my God. That's really amazing. And like, I'm terrified of having kids, not because like I'm gonna be a bad parent. I already know that and accept that as a fact. No, I'm terrified because I was a shit when I grew up, all right? And my parents are still gonna be around. Like, that guy in the corner is still going to be here. Hi, Dad, what's up? No, as a 9-year-old boy, which is old enough to know I shouldn't have done this, I shoved a light bright. You know, remember those little light brights? So far up my fucking nose that I had to go to the emergency room for a doctor and about 17 nurses to restrain me, to hold my head still, to shove a pair of tweezers up there and get that baby out. It was lime green, my favorite color when I was a kid. Now, my dad drove me to the emergency room because there was no way in hell he was paying for an ambulance ride. But imagine the car ride back, okay? Because the doctor has obviously informed him that his son is a tragically and fatal case of idiot. Like, just imagine, like, so, Alex, yeah, Dad, you know what you put up your nose? Yeah, I know. So, why'd you do it? 4 minutes later. 4 minutes later. My nose itched? The silence. That silence. Oh, God, I still remember that conversation to this day. So I'm a product of divorce, which kind of means, if anybody's gone through this, that your parents, they're both wonderful, but they kind of get slightly more extreme in each direction. Normally, it's good cop, bad cop with parents. I got loud cop, holy shit, he's not talking anymore, I'm in a lot of trouble cop. I remember I got into a fight at school, and the school calls your parents, and they called both my parents. And another thing about how parents had it easy, the school used to give letters to the student who got into a fight, and then they'd have to give it to their parents like they were like a Boy Scout or something. That is a very easy system to bypass. No, it's really hard to bypass a phone call. I remember looking at my phone, my mom sent me like a 15-page wall of text. Oh my God, you go to a Catholic school, act your age. Do you know how I raised you? I am so disappointed. Blah, 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 blah. I just ignored that. Just put that back in the phone. My dad sent me a text message that said, call me. No period, no capitalization. Do you know how hard it is to send a text message with no capitalization? Try it. It requires hitting the shift button, hitting space, hitting the shift button again, and then typing it in on certain phones. That's the type of phone he had. That means he had a concentrated effort to send me that simple message. I was like, oh no, as I call him, like, hey, Dad. Hey, Alex, guess who I just got done talking to? I don't know, Grandma? No, I did not get done talking to Grandma. Grandpa? Nope. My uncle? Nope. Can I stop naming fathers? Yeah, you're in trouble. Like, okay, I understand. No, but like, history is crazy. Family is crazy. People are crazier. I just want to leave you on like one very simple story. I'm realizing that as I get older and become a true adult in this world, it's becoming very hard to convince girls to come back to my apartment solely based on the fact that I have a twin-sized bed. It's like I'll be up at the club, Lannex to be exact, and I'll be looking at a girl and I'll be like, hey, bae. My name's White Girl Slayer. How about you come down to my apartment? I got a nice little crib. We got 3 homies right there. We used to have a dog. I promise the pee stains don't smell that bad no more. And yo, what's laundry? I don't know. I just I get a Hanes white t-shirt every once in a while and clean that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, where are you going? You can't run because this is the Lannex and oh, your feet are stuck. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. If the comedians could please come on stage real quick. This was most of their first times, and they did an amazing job. I'd like you to give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming. We're League of Laughter. I hope you have a great night. We might do this again by the end of the year. It'll be shorter, yeah. I like talking and hearing my own voice, so that's why I'm still on the mic. We'll be having an improv show next month. You will be getting Facebook messages about it. Please come. Thank you again. You guys are wonderful.